You know, folks, here's something else we all need to talk about. We're all sick of being taxed to death. I'm sick and tired of seeing people lose generational wealth in their property from property taxes. Wilson Kirby was handled terribly by the IRS. Now, I understand the IRS does not collect property taxes. That's a state level thing. But isn't it enough that we got to deal with the IRS wanting to take everything of yours if you don't pay them their nickels and dimes while everybody gets away with their fraud? And on top of that, you got the states wanting property taxes. And if you don't pay the property taxes to them, well, guess what? They get to take everything of yours as well. We need to restructure the entire government in this country to a one-party system. And we need to get rid of everybody in Congress. We need to vote them out. We need to unite as a country because what's happening is wrong. And we need to vote these people out. Who we need to put in office is the common folk. The people who are out there starving and working 40 to 60 hours a week and barely bringing home enough to pay their bills. That way we can get into office and go after the people who were just in Congress for doing nothing but lining their own pockets. That's number one. Number two is then we can change the way we the people live. Because right now, the people in Congress, once we put them there, they forget about their constituents. They forget about how we are living because they immediately get all kinds of zeros in their bank account and they are bought. So we need to find a way to unite in this country rather than fight in this country and vote every person in office out. Everyone. And I'm going to stop right now and say to all those idiots that are going to say, including Donald Trump, your Trump derangement syndrome is real. You have no answers for society other than your Trump derangement syndrome complaints. And you're more of a burden than a help. So, aside from those folks, to every real American that wants to unite and vote these people out of office who do nothing for us, yet the first thing they do is give themselves a pay raise while we all starve. Then they increase our taxes, or they try to make our lives miserable somehow. When is enough enough? When are we going to realize the best way to beat this is come together, vote them out, put common folks in their positions, not the ones who've been brought up through the branches of evil to be put into office. And I'm not saying they all are, but there sure is a large majority of them. And they all seem to have a lot more money than you and I for doing a lot less work. So we need to get them out of office. We need to put common folks in those positions. Once the common folks are in those positions, we need to really go after those who have been corrupt. We need to straighten out our lives. We need to cut all funding to every other country. I don't care for whatever reason. Our way of life is more important than theirs. And from there, we need to stay united so we can keep the United States the way it is. All right, folks, I'm just sick and tired of seeing all the divide in this country and the hate. Imagine if we can turn all that hate into common sense. Things would be fixed in about 2 weeks. All right, folks, talk to you later.